You'll notice how heaven feels about little children. My wife and I have had 10 children. People have asked, Brother Griffin, how do you and your wife take care of and love sufficiently 10 children? I don't have a good answer for you, other than we have experienced a phenomenon with every birth, that it's not a matter of saying, I only have this much love to give, and now it's going to have to be divided one step even further than it was before. Love doesn't get divided in the gospel of Jesus Christ. Love gets multiplied. With each child coming into the home, they bring with them. It's as these angels coming down, descending from heaven, ministering. It's that same idea. These children bring with them this package of love that multiplies. And there's enough and to spare in a family, regardless of what that family size is, whether it's just a husband and a wife, or husband and wife with one child, or 10 children, or adopted children. It doesn't matter. Heaven isn't looking at things the way we are. God loves little children. And can I just add something here? You don't have to be a parent or even married to nurture and care for little children, to be a ministering angel to the little ones. Let me illustrate this with a few real life examples. My wife has an aunt who's never been married, and we affectionately call her Auntie Karen. Karen has been a blessing in my wife's life ever since the day she was born. She's been there celebrating the successes, crying through the struggles. She's been there giving counsel, encouragement, and advice. Auntie Karen has become a ministering angel in many ways to our children. She's a part of our family, and we feel of God's love coming to our children now through her in so many ways. And it's beautiful to watch that, to watch those relationships being forged and strengthened with this incredible daughter of God. Another example, my wife has an uncle named Reed, and he has been such a blessing to our family and to many other families in so many ways. He knows everything about science, about the animal kingdom and the plant kingdom. And every time he starts explaining things about how they work and telling stories, it's amazing to watch my children just come and gather around him. And as I sit back and watch those experiences, I can see God's love and God's goodness and His light and His truth being brought into the lives of my children through Uncle Reed, who in all of those moments is in every way, shape, and form a ministering angel. And yet some of the greatest lessons that we have learned from Uncle Reed have come through watching him endure intense physical pain and setbacks with his health. A third and final example. My wife has a dear friend, a college roommate from years ago named Susan, that my children now call Aunt Susan. She has come as our adopted aunt. She visits every year. She loves, she nurtures, she reads to, she blesses, she feeds, and helps our children for a short week or a few days every year. And they have grown to look forward to those visits, and they love her, and they feel of God's love through her, even though they're not technically related to her. That doesn't matter. She's still a ministering angel to them. The point is, whatever our circumstance in life, married, unmarried, with children, without children, with children on this side or on that side of the veil, on the other side of the veil. The point is, we can participate with Christ in this effort to bless the little ones around us in that sphere of influence that God has granted to us. And as we move forward, our world desperately needs more people focused on how to help and bless and minister to these rising generations of children and youth and young adults as we move forward in the work.
I want to echo what Tyler says, that families come in all shapes and sizes, and it's a matter of the Lord's will, and we shouldn't just be looking to the world for how we manage our families. We should be looking to God. And in my situation, my wife and I, we got married a little late. She happily says that she was 29. I was 31, so we were a little bit older. So we actually both came from families of 7. We're like, we're going to have at least 7 kids because we know how this happens. We're going to be all these kids in the family. And didn't happen. We had infertility, and for many years couldn't have kids. And then through the miracle of adoption, we were able to bring 2 lovely children into our home. And it's amazing that whether by natural birth or by adoption, children are a miracle. And it's interesting, the love that expands. So our kids have birth parents who we're still in contact with, who love these children, and we love them. And our children are loved by us. They're loved by God. And we tell our kids, you're kind of lucky because you guys get all this extra love from so many people. And we even tell them, you know, Jesus was adopted. So you're in good hands. The point here is that all of us are in a variety of circumstances. And it's beautiful to look at how Jesus treats the children. And whether we're in a family of many or few or none, ultimately, God doesn't count. Except he does count, where's our heart? Are we looking towards him?